Hey there, friend. Have you ever felt overwhelmed by the never-ending ping of notifications? Have you scrolled mindlessly through your social media feeds, only to feel even more disconnected than before? Yup, I've been there too. It's a wild world we're living in, filled with unprecedented connectivity and yet so much isolation. You know, there was this one day, just a few weeks ago, I had an episode. I was in a cafe, laptop open, and a freshly brewed cup of coffee by my side. I saw a group of teens at the next table, all heads down, engrossed in their phones. Not one of them spoke. I wondered, is this the togetherness of the new era? But you're not alone, and you've made a wise decision to tune into this episode because today, we're diving deep into the art of social self-care.
It's the way you make me feel so good, feel so good right now. It's the way you make me feel so good.
By the end of this, I guarantee you'll have a whole new perspective on how to navigate our hyper-connected world. So, get cozy and stick around. And hey, if you vibe with what we're about to unpack, make sure to hit that subscribe button for more heartfelt, real-life stories and advice.
Welcome to Self-Care and Hustle Podcast, where your journey to becoming your best version begins. If you're ready to live your best life and find your inner peace, you've come to the right place, giving you insights on all life tips and purpose-driven actions to move you from where you are now to where you want to go. You can do this. This is me, Nestle Poliente, your host. Are you ready? Now, let's dive in.
In this age of technology, we're more connected than ever. A study from the Pew Research Center states that as of 2021, around 85% of adults use the internet daily. But with all this connectedness, many of us feel isolated, stressed, and downright overwhelmed. Do you know that friend who posts picture-perfect snaps of their life on Instagram? Yeah, it can make our cereal for dinner look a bit bleak, right? Or those heated debates on Facebook that you stumble into late at night. They do no favors for our mental peace. Alright, let's break this down. First up, the infamous comparison trap. Ever heard of the saying, comparison is the thief of joy? It's by Theodore Roosevelt, and boy, was he onto something. Research from the Journal of Social and Clinical Psychology found that direct link. The more you use social media, the more likely you are to feel depressed. Why? Because we're constantly comparing our behind the scenes to everyone else's highlight reel. Our friend Sarah always posting her epic hiking photos, but the camera doesn't show. The 3-hour-long argument she had with her partner about getting lost on that same trail. No one's life is perfect. But social media has a way of making us feel otherwise. Next up is the illusion of social connectivity. With a click, we can connect with someone from the opposite end of the globe. But does this equate to a genuine connection? Not necessarily. Dr. Brian Primack from the University of Pittsburgh states that social media can feel like an unending high school reunion. Sounds exhausting, right? The fact is, having 1,000 friends online doesn't replace one genuine, heart-to-heart conversation with a true friend. Ever found yourself scrolling aimlessly through your feed? Welcome to Doomscrolling. You know, when you're just absorbing an endless stream of negative news, contentious debates, and distressing updates. It's like a car crash you can't look away from, but in the digital realm. In 2020, during the height of the pandemic, the term became popular. The Harvard Business Review highlighted how this compulsive scrolling behavior contributes to our collective sense of anxiety. We're all guilty of it, haven't we? At 2 a.m., instead of catching Z's, we're deep in the abyss of bad news, magnifying our feelings of helplessness. Now, onto digital burnout. Our devices ping non-stop. Emails, chats, app notifications. It's a barrage, and the pressure to always be on. It's real. According to a survey by Deloitte, 59% of respondents admitted to feeling enslaved by their devices. This constant connectivity, it's draining our emotional battery. After all this doom and gloom, let's talk solutions. How do we practice social self-care in a world that feels like it's designed to keep us anxious? Remember Sarah and her hiking photos. Unfollow or mute accounts that don't make you feel good. And hey, no guilt. Social media is like your living room. You decide who gets an invite. Next, designate no phone zones in your house. The bedroom's a good start. According to the National Sleep Foundation, screen exposure before sleep can mess with our circadian rhythm. Plus, wouldn't it be nice to wake up to the chirping of birds rather than a flood of emails? Instead of 1,000 virtual friends, how about reconnecting with the 5 closest ones? A Stanford study showed that our capacity for close relationships is limited to about 5 to 7 individuals. So, cherish them, call them, maybe even write them a letter. Choose a day, any day. Let's call it Screen-Free Saturday or Tech-Free Tuesday. Dive into activities that don't involve screens. Read a book, go for a walk, or just indulge in some old-school daydreaming. The American Psychological Association says taking intentional breaks from news and screens can reduce stress. Give it a go. Curate your digital diet as you would your food. Subscribe to positive news outlets, follow accounts that uplift, and limit your daily intake of distressing information. Remember that doom scrolling. Let's change it to joy scrolling. To cap it off, social self-care is more crucial now than ever. In a world brimming with connectivity, genuine human connection can feel scarce. But with some intention and a little effort, we can shift our online experiences from stressful to serene. As we wind down this chat, here's some homework for you. Reach out to someone, anyone. A simple "hey, how's it going?" can make all the difference. Because beneath the digital layers, we're all just humans craving connection. Thank you for joining me on this deep dive today. If any part of this resonated with you, do hit that subscribe button, share with a friend, or even drop a comment. Remember, taking care of our digital selves is as vital as our real life selves. Let's navigate this journey together. And hey, always be kind to your mind.
I was worried you broke my reputation, but I figured it's not on me. Yeah. The way you're making me shiver, your hands on myself, I keep pulling the trigger. Right, this rare finger for people like them. Oh no. Well, darling, on my mind, I'm feeling so fly up in the zone now. I'm like a golden crown, whirling high up in the sky. Oh, it's the way you make me feel so good right now. It's the way you make me feel so good. Oh.
Thanks for listening to this episode. I hope you enjoyed our deep dive into all the tips you can use to becoming your best self. To catch all the latest from me, follow me on Instagram and support me by considering buying me a coffee. Link is in the description. And make sure to chill out, listen to your favorite music, and drink your water. See you in my next episode.